This is the best iPhone Apple ever made. Let's review iPhone 15 Pro Max. This is the same iconic sentence Apple said in every iPhone announcement every year. And it's kind of true. You can't make a new iPhone that is worse than the last iPhone. And this is, I think, no doubt, the best iPhone ever made. There are some problems, but Apple fixed them, and now we can easily say that this is the best iPhone you can buy today. Before starting the video, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and ring the bell icon so you won't miss our next videos. Let's start with the body. This year, Apple decided to move to titanium framing for this phone, which is a good choice because it is lighter than last year, but it is stiffer, a little bit stiffer. There were some concerns about the durability of other colors, but this natural titanium color can speak for itself. This is the best color this year, and if you want to use your phone caseless, you should consider buying this color instead of black or blue or even white. But the white one is okay too, but the best color to buy is this natural titanium, which is, I think, the most beautiful iPhone color I've ever seen. But I think I like the green iPhone 13 Pros more than this color, but this is one of the best colors yet. It is beautiful. And the best thing about this phone, in my opinion, USB Type-C at the bottom. This USB Type-C can support up to 10 gigabits per second speed, and it can support 27 watts of charging speed, and it's okay for this phone. You may want to compare it to some Chinese brand phones with 200 watts of charging, but this is fine for iPhone because it can last you a day or a day and a half, which is nice, and I think this is a good choice. We'd love to see something like 60 or 65 watt wire charging, but it is okay because at least we got USB Type-C. On the left, we got two volume buttons, one action button, which is new. You can customize this action button with every Siri shortcut you want, which is nice. And also you can set it to flashlight, open camera, and if you set it to open camera, you can use it as a shutter button too, which is nice. But if you want to use it as a shutter button, you may want to use it like this way, and this could be the place to use an action button for your camera. But it would be costly for them to change the placement of that switch button, which is okay, and there's no problem with that. We don't have any problem with the position of action button this year. Next year they can change the position to here or even under the volume rocker, but this placement is okay for this year. On the both sides, we got glass with ceramic shields protecting from Apple. They are the most durable glasses in any smartphone claimed by Apple. It is okay, but there is a little problem. Jerry Rig Everything said in his review that there is a problem in this side of iPhone 15 Pro Max, that if you push it too hard, you may break your glass. So don't do it, and don't overthink it. You can't break it so easily like Jerry, because he's a muscular man, first of all. And second, he was pushing too hard on the surface. So if you are using your phone regularly and you don't want to break your phone for science, your phone will be fine with every pressure you are doing to back up your phone. And one more thing I should talk about in this section is these curved edges. They are the best upgrades from iPhone 14 Pro because they are so polished and they can't cut your fingers. There was some jokes about you can cut your fruits like Apple. With iPhone 14 Pro edges, And this year Apple softened these edges, and this makes this phone a lot more comfortable when you're using it, which I liked a lot from this year Pro phones. Overall, in this section, I can easily give this phone a 9 out of 10 score. Why? Because you can scratch the other colors so easily, and there is a little gap behind this part of glass that you can break. Other than that, this is the most premium flagship smartphone in 2023 which I used. Okay, let's talk about display. There is not a lot changed from last year. We got dynamic island, same as last year. We got ProMotion display up to 120 Hz LTPO display, same as last year. But we got a smaller bezels on the sides, which is nice, and you can feel that it has more screen real estate. Which is good. It feels better when you are using the phone, especially when you are using a high saturated or a bright wallpaper for your background. On the screen, I think I can give this phone a 10 out of 10 score easily. I like this phone, and this screen is so responsive and so bright. It can go up to 2000 nits, which is nice. It deserves a 10 out of 10 score. Let's talk about cameras. On the back, we got 3 cameras. One 12 megapixel ultra wide, one 48 megapixel main camera that can shoot up to 2 times digital zoom that can work almost like optical 2 times, which can crop the middle of your sensor with 12 megapixel lossless output. And there is also another telephoto lens that you can use with 5 times zoom, but it only caps at 12 megapixel, which I don't like, because Pixel 7 Pro from last year already had 48 megapixel that can shoot up to 10 times lossless with digital zoom photos. I prefer to have a 48 megapixel sensor, but it is what it is, and it is Apple. I think we should wait for the next year iPhone 16, I think iPhone 16 Ultra, to get that 10 times zoom we want. And but overall, we all know that one of the best looks in every smartphone is iPhone look. There is consistent resolution and consistent color grading all over ultra wide, and telephoto, or even selfie camera, which is nice. And I really love this camera system like last year's. But the main difference comes to 5-time telephoto, which I really like. I like urban photography, and I can use it easily. And this year we got 2 new options for the camera system. We got 4K 30 fps ProRes log footage recording, which is nice, and you can get up to 4K 60 log with external recording, like you are using a monitor and a storage on the outside of the phone with USB Type-C. You can shoot up to 4K 60 FPS with log format, and this log format changes everything. I really loved it, and you can see the footages we got. There was amazing experience, and we got one of the best results we can get in every smartphone. I haven't seen anything like that, and there was so much detail, and everything was amazing when I was shooting log with this phone. It was crazy. Now you can see how C-Log output can show me here, and let me show you iPhone log footage when we are changing the camera. As you can see, this log format can almost take a good quality video, same as my Canon R6. It's not the same. It's got a lot smaller sensor. It's not as pro as a mirrorless camera, but it is fine, and I think it is one of the best things that Apple added to this year Pro phones. It is insane. And the selfie camera. Selfie camera is the same as last year, that was the same as last year, and that was the same as 3 years ago, that was the same as 4 years ago. It's the same 12 megapixel with better processing, with the help of A17 Pro. There is a better processing over your images. And Apple added something new to this year phone. You can choose where you want to focus after you capture a picture. This is so good, and you can use it in the Photos app when you are viewing your picture, and it detects a subject that can focus on. You can add it easily. It's just one tap, and it is nice to have this feature, I think. But sorry to say that, but we got this feature last year with Google Pixel 7 Pro. In the camera department, I can give this phone a solid 10 out of 10 score. I would have given that a 11 or 12 out of 10 for the log footage, but it's okay, and we will give it 10 out of 10 score. This is insane.
Pixel 8 Pro? What about Pixel 8 Pro?
Maybe it deserves 10 out of 10 too.
Okay, fine.
With cloud processing and video boost. And let's talk about A17 Pro. This year iPhone 15 Pro Max comes with Apple A17 Pro chipset with 8GB of RAM and up to 1TB storage. They are all good specs, they are all insanely powerful, but this year iPhone 15 Pro Max was too power hungry, the chipset I mean. It was too power hungry and it was too warm. Someone said it was because of Micron chips, or someone said it's because Apple overclocked the A17 Pro in this phone. I don't know what was the reason, but Apple sent out an update and underclocked the chipset in this phone. And because of that, it is now less power hungry and it has less firmware throttles when you are using this phone. But overall, when you are using your Instagram, you are using Telegram, don't use WhatsApp, use Telegram. You are using Telegram, Instagram, or whatever application you are using, there is no overheating issues, but maybe you got some problems when you are recording video with this phone and it gets a little warm in that situation. After 10 days of using this phone, I can easily say, just relax and use this phone. There is no concerning problem with this phone, and there is no overheating issues that can bother you. There is no battery issue with this phone. There was no catastrophic issue with this phone. Just use it, just buy it. There is no problem with that. And because of Type-C, I think you should buy this phone. If you are an iPhone user and you want to upgrade from any iPhone, I think you should buy this phone. Just buy it for the sake of Type-C and don't buy last gen models, please. Apple changed the input to this phone. It means if you buy an iPhone 14 Pro Max today, you are losing every accessory since now that will come for this phone. If you want to buy a new iPhone, just buy this one because of this Type-C ports. In the performance part, I can give this phone a 9 out of 10 score because of that problems we got at the first, and Apple fixed that, but there shouldn't be that kind of problem. All I know, someone said you can play heavy games, AAA titles in this phone, like Assassin's Creed Mirage, Resident Evil Village, or something like that, but don't do that because this phone can only run these games at HD quality. It means 720p capped at 30 FPS, and this can't be a good experience. You can plug this phone to a monitor and use it, but I can't suggest you to do that. If you are buying a $1,000 phone, if you are buying a $1,500 phone, you can buy a $300 console and play that game in your console. Don't bother to play that game in this phone. So overall, I think this phone can easily get a 9 out of 10 score. It means if you want to buy a new phone, just buy this one. It can do everything you want for you. There is no problem, there is no concerning problem with this phone, and just buy it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can like our video, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any opinion about this phone, comment down below. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bang bang, you shot me down.